Microsoft Power BI Developer Professional Certification Program. In this program, we will cover all the aspects that are related to the business intelligence and Power BI. So let's get started. So before jumping into the Power BI, let us try to understand first what is business intelligence, right? So if you see all around you, you will see a lot of businesses are running around, like KFC, McDonald's, Amazon, Flipkart, right? So these businesses are generating a huge amount of data each and every day, right? They are generating thousands, millions of rows of data each and every day. So what will we do with this data, right? So basically businesses use this data in order to increase their business or like to improve their business. So to improve their business, this data can be used to find some insights out of it. So to get that, there is a term called as business intelligence. So basically business intelligence is a technology driven process which actually helps you to find some actionable insights from your business so that your manager or stakeholders can take certain decisions in order to improve their business, right? So let us consider an example of KFC. So let's take this use case. So in this one, if you see, you will have a general manager for each and every business, right? So let's take an example of KFC's general manager. So he is America's general manager, right? And in America, if you see, there might be multiple outlets of KFC. Like one might be present in California, the another one might be present in Atlanta, the third one might be present in Michigan and all. So now, whatever amount of sales that is happening over these outlets, so those information should be shared with the general manager, right? So that he can actually take certain decisions to improve KFC's business. So now how will they share these information with him, right? I mean, they just can't say that, hey, our business is going on so well, and I mean, you don't have to worry about anything. So that is not how communication will happen in the business. So in the business world, if you want to communicate with your senior people or like manager, you need to create certain reports so that he will be able to understand how exactly the business is going on, whether we are facing profit or whether we are facing loss in our business. So those kind of information or like insights we need to share with our general manager, or like branch managers need to share that information with the general manager, right? So these three general managers or like branch managers will create 3 reports and they will submit that report to the general manager. Now from this information, general manager will actually get some idea that, hey, my business is going on well or like it is not doing well, right? So to create these reports, we have multiple tools present in our market for these reporting purposes, out of which Power BI stands number 1 these days. So that is one of the topmost business intelligence tool in today's market. So most of the time we will use Power BI to create certain business reports, and we'll share that report with the general manager so that he can take some actionable insights of it. Okay. Now let us understand the workflow of a business intelligence project, right? So if you see this architecture, so in most of the companies, this kind of architecture is being used in order to complete a business intelligence project, right? So just consider an example of any of the business, like let's say KFC again. So whenever you are running a business, so data might be stored in multiple locations, right? Data might be stored in a database, data might be stored in Excel file, data might be stored in CSV, PDF, or whatever other format, SAP databases as well, right? So there are actually multiple sources of data. There can be multiple sources of data when you are actually running a business. Now, since all these data are actually coming from multiple sources, so there might be some formatting issue, or some there might be some problem in the data, right? So if so before using this data for our analysis purpose, right? Because what we are doing in business intelligence is we will actually try to analyze this data, and we will actually try to create certain business reports so that our managers can take certain business decisions, right? So this data will always not be in a clean format. So first of all, what you need to do is you need to extract this data from these databases. Then you need to you need to apply certain transformations over here. And then you need to load that data into a data warehouse, right? So this process, extract, transform, and load, is actually done by certain data engineers in your team who will actually extract data from these databases or like these flat files, and they will actually transform the data and load that data into the data warehouse, right? So again, data warehouse is a central repository where all your business data is present. So over here, as you see, data were coming from multiple sources. Data were coming from MySQL database, data was coming from Excel file, CSV, PDF. So now all this data is actually centralized into this data warehouse. And now you can use this data warehouse to create your business intelligence reports. So basically, when you will create a Power BI file, so that Power BI file will be connected to this particular data warehouse. And from this data warehouse, you will fetch the data, and you will actually try to create certain business intelligence reports, right? And then you will share those business intelligence reports with the business users where they can actually take certain business decisions, right? So this is how it works, right? First of all, you need to take data in the raw data format. Then one of the data engineer in your team will actually extract, transform, and load that data into the data warehouse. And the work of a business intelligence developer is to create the Power BI reports. So what he will do is he will actually extract data from this data warehouse using Power BI, and then he will actually create certain business reports into it. And then afterwards, he will share that with business users. So that is how it will work. I hope you find this one helpful. In today's video, we are actually going to cover introduction to Power BI, right? So what is exactly Power BI? So Power BI is basically a business intelligence tool, which actually helps us to find some actionable insights from raw data using certain visuals like line chart, bar chart, pie chart, etc. Right? So basically, if you think about a business data, so it will be present in form of certain tables that are there in the databases. And now from those tables, you actually need to create certain visuals like bar chart, pie chart, or some other charts, which will actually help business to understand the patterns and trends in their business, right? So let's get started. So let us explore the panes that are present in Power BI, right? So if you see this top ribbon So over here, you will see different tabs like home, insert, modeling, view, etc., etc. This is kind of similar to the Excel. If you have previously worked in Microsoft Excel, you might find this one similar to that one, right? Like the user interface of this one is kind of similar to the Excel because it is also one of the Microsoft products. Now, if you see on the right hand side, you will see three different panes: filters pane, visuals pane, and data pane. So whenever you will actually load a data into this Power BI file, so that data will actually be seen over here. So as of now, since we don't have loaded any data, so that is why this one is empty. Then with that particular data, you need to create certain visuals, right? You need to create like bar charts, column charts, pie charts, donut charts, and various charts Power BI is offering you in this particular section. So to create visuals, you need to explore this particular pane. And then on those visuals, you actually need to apply certain filters. So this is actually a filter section where you can actually apply some of the filters out of it, right? Then if you go to the left hand side, you will see report view, data view, and model view. So currently we are at the report view level where we will actually create some Power BI visuals. Then this is a data view where you can actually see the data in the table format. Then this is a model view where you will actually create a data model so that you can create Power BI reports, right? So let's get started with the first step. So the first step should be to get the data into this Power BI file or in this Power BI desktop. So to get data in Power BI, what you need to do is you just need to go over here in the Home tab. You see this option called as Get Data. You need to click on this drop down and you have more than 80 plus sources present from where you can actually get the data into your Power BI desktop. You can get it from any databases, SQL Server, or Snowflake, or AWS. You can get it from there, or you can also get it from Excel workbook or like text or CSV files as well, right? So for now, let's try to take the data from Excel workbook. So if I click on this one, so it will actually show me a screen like this, a window like this. And now I need to decide from where I want to fetch that file. So if I just go to this Excel files folder, which is currently present in my desktop, I can actually select one of the file. Let's say I want to select sample superstore sales Excel file. I will select that, click on open, and you will see that the data loading process has started. You see, then this particular window will get opened up in front of you. Let's give it some time to load in. And this particular sample superstore Excel file has these different sheets. Now, if you want to see preview of any sheet, you need to check this option. So if I check this order sheet option, so then you will actually able to see that what kind of data your Excel file holds, right? So you can actually see that there are different columns that are present into this Excel file, right? And now you want this data to be loaded into your Power BI file. So what you can do is you can click on load. Now, if you see, the loading process has started, right? It might take some time depending on the size of data you are actually trying to fetch. Since it was a small file, it didn't take much time. But whenever you are actually connecting to a database, it might take some time because database contains millions of rows, right? So now you can see that this data has been loaded over here, the orders, and you can actually see these are the different fields or columns that are associated with it. If you want to see the preview of this data, you can click on this data view section where you can actually see the data over here, like how exactly the data looks. So this is a data preview section where you can actually see the number of rows as well, right? So this is how you can actually get the data from an Excel file. Now, if you want to get it from some another data source, let's say SQL Server, then you can click on that one. I will actually try to show you certain steps in order to how you can get the data over there. So to get the data from SQL Server, you need to provide the server information and the database information over here. So whenever you will actually work with certain organization, so they will actually provide you with some of the server and database details. So in that case, you just need to put those server and database details over here, and then similar steps you can follow. Like you can click on load data and you can actually load that data or like any of the table from a database into your Power BI desktop, right? So yeah, these are the things. And then now from this particular data, let's say you want to create a visual, you can actually drag and drop certain values. Let's say I want to show a KPI or a data card over here. I just clicked on this one. And then if I want to show the total profit, what I will do is I will drag this field and drop it into this fields pane. So you will see that we have total profit of 1.52 million, right? So in this way, we can actually create certain simple visuals in Power BI. So that's it for today. Thank you.
The first step towards achieving your dreams is having the right coach. Get the best education with Tech Learniversity and make your IT and stock market dreams come true. Download the app now.